Just to chime in, I think that when we all look for something like a piece of material or a story to grab onto, I like to look for a personal story that just transcends that moment. You know, this is a movie that I wrote it 20 years ago. It's not a reaction to anything. You know, it's just a beautiful story about overcoming hatred and bigotry through love, faith, and acceptance. Whether it's race, gender, or religion, we have to get through this. And this is the kind of story that, you know, is a kernel of a story that hopefully you planted and it grows into a tree. I found the story 20 years ago, and I wrote the first draft 18 years ago, and we've been trying to get it made ever since. You know, so I've had a long time to sort of envision what it would be like, and I can honestly say that it was like a dream. It exceeded my vision, and my visions were pretty big all around, the entire cast, the crew, of course my producer, Robbie. It was amazing, amazing.
It's the story about a man, Mike Burden, who had started the first KKK memorabilia shop in Lawrence, South Carolina in 1996. Through this journey, he ends up falling in love, essentially for the first time, is given a choice between love or to leave the Klan. He meets a reverend that sort of evokes, shows him a new direction in a way, a new choice in life. How to love, how to respect, how to forgive. And I think it's very empathetic. I think it's very inspirational, and I'm very proud of it.
Reverend Kennedy is a protest minister in the South, and he meets Mike Burden, and Mike Burden was involved with the groups, you know, KKK and other organizations that would normally be the thing that he hates, you know, that he's fighting against. And he recognizes that this person, or Mike, has this door that's opening, maybe, if he's able to like walk by his own problems. The Reverend is able to walk by his own prejudice and stuff and like really love in the way he's tested himself. It's a pure test of whether or not he can love somebody who was his enemy, and through that love be able to move that person and himself to become more full human beings.
I think that we've had pieces like this or something about the KKK touched on before, and after a while, when somebody sees the same thing over and over again, I think we have a little bit of a disconnect. You will not be able to have a disconnect when you see this now. You will wish that it was something that was in the past, something that we didn't have to deal with, but everybody coming there realizes we are in the midst of having the same issues of hate, and what are you going to choose to do? Are you going to choose to be that, or are you going to be the person that changes that?
I feel very fortunate. I feel so fortunate that I could be a part of this incredible movie, that Andrew wrote this amazing, amazing story that I felt so connected to, that when I read it that I had to do it. There was no. I was talking to Joanne Colonna, who works with Forrest, downstairs, and I was saying, you know, she was like, is this movie really going to get made? I mean, we've been talking about it for 20 years. And I said, yes, because that's it. There is no other alternative. This is what we do. This is what we have to do. I will will it into existence, and it is going to happen. You
know, we'd been at this forever. And when Robbie, you know, we had the meeting, and she said, let's make Burden. And I said, go ahead. You know, I think we definitely should make Burden. And she goes, well, I'm not doing it without you. You know, and I went home and I talked to my wife, and my wife said, don't bring it up again until you're on the set, because it had fallen apart 4, 5, 6 times. And you know, Robbie just was relentless. I'm just happy that not only was I accompanied by such an amazing cast, but an amazing director and such a courageous producer. So I'm just happy that the world gets a chance to see it. I actually placed a call to Forrest, and we spoke. This is kind of like a roundabout. It's full circle. My first film we did together. And though I've done a lot of things in between, I felt like this was something significant. And I felt like I wanted to be a part of telling a story like this. Even in the character, I felt like there's a journey for him. Every character specifically has a journey of their own. And for me, I'm always looking for pieces that have depth, meat. You know, when you look at these characters, do you find something significant in yourself as the viewer that can help you begin that journey, or either conclude that journey if you've already been on it? And hopefully it sparks a lot of conversation about who we are and what we need to do to love more.